It is time to take action, my gorgeous Gemini. It is time to focus on the one specific dream of yours. I do not need to tell you what this dream is whatsoever. And it's all actually going to take place right at the beginning of this week, where you are gonna be so pressurized to do something. You're gonna feel really pressurized to do something that you don't want to do. And I'm so happy, my gorgeous Gemini, that you are going to right snap out of it. Bless your heart, because you're super intuitive and you will know that something is not right. And this in itself, it's gonna be such a powerful moment when it comes to your life. This in itself, it's gonna give you this great sense of urgency. How much do you need to remove yourself, maybe from a certain group of people or from a certain person? Now this is going to be kind of more evident than ever. You are literally going to have absolutely enough of something here. This in itself is going to push you towards the direction in life that it's going to be absolutely obvious here, because all this is going to be kind of leading towards you realizing, that maybe at this moment in time you have found yourself at this stage of your life where you have realized that you are kind of somewhere where you don't belong. This is how you're gonna feel. Maybe I'm somewhere where I don't belong. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Don't get me wrong. This is not a bad or a negative reading whatsoever. This is not a bad thing, because every single day, every single moment, every single minute, every single second, every single millisecond, we are changing. Our life is changing. Our journey is changing. So it's nothing unusual to kind of like really have sometimes realizations in life that may seem like kind of a little bit negative, a little bit down, a little bit dark, or a little bit morbid, but it's not, because this kind of like a little bit of a darkness that maybe you will be going through, it's also going to be primarily responsible for you to come on top. And this in itself is going to reflect on so much that you've actually been through over the last couple of years. There are certain things maybe that you haven't been completely honest with yourself, not necessarily honest with yourself, but there was something like a major going on in your life for the last couple of years where you have kind of realized that you're unhappy about certain elements in your life. But because there were lots of other things that were happening at the same time, you didn't do anything about it. And why am I talking about it? Because right now it's all going to be boiling towards this particular moment in time. And I'm really sorry, my gorgeous Gemini, this reading is like maybe a little bit complex and a little bit confusing, but this in itself, it's really indicating the fact that, from the beginning of this week, when you are the moment in time pressurized to do something which you do not want to do, don't do things in life that you don't want to do. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy, because sometimes we are kind of surrounded by the certain people, and they are so powerful when it comes to their energy. They're really strong. They are really strong, and they have this power to manipulate our life through their own energy, which is ever so strong, and it just kind of puts us in the corner, and we are kind of almost unable to do certain things or say certain things purely because somebody's energy is so strong and powerful. Sometimes these people can be good people, sometimes these people can be bad people. But what am I trying to say here, my gorgeous Gemini? That the moment in time you realize that there is some kind of a really unwise choice for you here, it's like basically that moment in time you are going to break free. You will be pressurized to do something which you don't want to do, and you shouldn't do it whatsoever. You will realize, this is going to be clear to you. At that moment in time, you're going to be no baby no, and you are immediately going to snap out of it. This is going to be such a strong moment of your freedom, such a strong moment of liberation, where you're going to realize, you know what? I had absolutely enough. I had absolutely enough. There is something much better, much bigger, much more powerful, much brighter waiting for me. And this in itself, it's really gonna be such a powerful moment, because you are gonna become so determined. You're gonna become so you're going to become very focused, and you're going to become very determined, my gorgeous Gemini. And this is also a great sign. This is a very, you know what you're going to become very determined about? Sorry, I'm jumping like a big mama. Sorry. Do you know what you're going to become determined about? It's an idea that you had not that long ago. There is some kind of amazing idea that you had not that long ago. Really amazing. And you felt, oh, I want to do this. You felt, I want to jump into it. You felt, I want to tap into it. But other things came, emotional issues and difficulties that you dealt with a certain people in your life, and that prevented you from kind of taking this seriously. It's okay, because things are happening when they were meant to happening. This time in between was super essential for you to fix your relationship with certain people in your life, which you have already done, which is absolutely brilliant. But you have to remember that you need to stay on top of it, because there's still certain people in your life who are gonna be irritating you like there is no tomorrow, but you just have to agree to disagree type of thing, because these people are kind of people that are in your life, and we cannot choose our family members type of thing, so you need to be smart, and you are very smart. So here, my gorgeous Gemini, you're just literally gonna be reminded of this idea that you had not that long ago, and this is the idea. Now it's time, baby. Now I'm gonna take this on like there is no tomorrow. With this frame of mind, oh my God, you're already literally going to be like a kind of halfway there, my gorgeous Gemini. Fantastic. And this is also a clear sign and clear indication that you are healing. You are healing. It's not only about you becoming aware of this unwise choice. It's not only about you becoming aware of, it's not only you kind of becoming so determined about this idea that you had a while back. You will know now it's time to take this idea on. But it's also at the same time, you are healing. You are healing as of beginning of this week. This is the direct result of healing that has taken place. Healing from what? There is something that broke your heart. Something that broke your heart a while back, and you're still suffering from it. Do you know what that is, my gorgeous Gemini? Something broke your heart, okay? Not that long ago. And something really broke your heart, but only now the healing process is starting. The healing process is beginning. So this is why you're going to see that idea as a crystal clear option, because this healing process is also bringing you a clarity that's right at the back of your subconscious mind, but is still guiding you towards you following the right light indeed. So this option is going to be highlighted, and that in itself is going to give you all the power, all the strength, and all the confidence that you need at that stage of your life, or this stage of your life. Absolutely brilliant. So it's all gonna boil down towards that particular idea, my gorgeous Gemini, that you actually had a little while back. This is absolutely brilliant. Such a powerful, gorgeous, enormous light in the middle of this darkness. Absolutely brilliant. It is gonna be absolutely obvious which way to go. That particular idea you can picture that you had a while back. You can picture in your mind like some kind of spiritual key, like floating slowly but surely towards you. This spiritual key is going to unlock the door which you never knew existed in the first place, let alone what exactly this is going to do to your life. And I mean this in the best possible way. This is bringing a whole new energy, and that new energy, it's also bringing somebody very specific into your life. This energy is slowly but surely bringing somebody very specific into your life, especially at around the end of the week. You're gonna start doing something regularly on a regular basis, baby, and this in itself is going to give you the answer where this special person is actually going to walk into your life from. Absolutely big, giant, enormous mama moment which you're gonna absolutely love, my gorgeous Gemini. Every single aspect that I've mentioned so far, it's literally leading towards your own happiness, towards the new life you're about to start to live. Very rejuvenating and very re-energizing in so many different ways. All I can call this is like, my gorgeous Gemini, like you're literally having a personal rebirth like this week, which is ever so needed in your life. And also at around the beginning of this week, you need to remember that you are somebody's gonna like really kind of irritate you. Somebody's like kind of gonna, you know, oh God, you know, somebody's gonna like a little bit irritate you, and somebody's gonna you know, like kind of have a bit of maybe disagreement with you as well at around the beginning of this week. And you just need to understand that someone is gonna be winding you up. Again, you need to stay on top of it. You must not allow this person to take the better of you. Meaning, like when somebody starts to irritate you, you know, this particular person is not somebody who you should waste your energy with whatsoever. It's to do with somebody who used to be like a prominent person in your life, but it is no longer. But there is still something that's connecting you to this particular day. That particular person is going to be like irritating you, my gorgeous Gemini, and I really strongly suggest you to not to give in. Rise above it, have a smile, and your spiritual duty and job is to not to show how exactly you're actually going to feel. Like, oh my God, you know, because at the same time, by you acting in this particular way, the direct result of that, later on after that situation happens, later on you're gonna realize something really specific. For example, you're gonna realize that the bad stage of your life, it's actually slowly coming to an end. At the specific bad stage of your life, it's coming to an end that was preventing you to move on, and that was preventing you to kind of move on, and it was preventing you to kind of like really pretty much so do what you want to do. So by you being able to move on with your life, you're also at the same time going to be able to really kind of give your energy towards something really specific, because there is a certain goal that you're working on right now as we speak, that you're going to realize that now you can focus on this particular goal instead of wasting your energy elsewhere. You need to understand that this particular goal, which is going to be revealed for you to kind of focus on, it's also at the same time you're going to find this extremely rewarding. And this is actually the outcome, rewarding, very rewarding in so many different ways. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Gemini. She's dancing with me, look. And by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know what I mean, like you are gonna feel so creative. Like, oh my God, you're gonna be doing something, you're gonna be working on something that gives you so much pleasure at around the midweek, and you are gonna feel like ridiculously creative. And at that moment of creativity, you know, I don't know what you're gonna be doing. It really depends. Do you know what I mean? If you're like a painter, you know what I said before, it's like you're an artist and you're painting a picture, you will be probably painting a picture, something that you naturally enjoy. If you like cleaning, you're going to be cleaning. You know, lots of people love cleaning their home, which is absolutely brilliant, which is absolutely fine. Maybe you like maybe you like kind of ice skating. I don't know, you know, but you are going to be extremely creative with something. And then at that moment in time, when you find yourself being so creative, you know, there is like this really wise realization which you are going to have. And the wise realization that you're going to have, it's gonna be about someone is gonna come into your mind. There is a specific person that is very dear to you, very important to you. It's going to come into your mind, and you're gonna realize, and you're not gonna be able to explain this, you know, but you're gonna realize how one specific person needs your assistance, how one specific person needs your help, you know, and you really, most certainly, you must not really kind of avoid this whatsoever, because as soon as you realize this, as soon as you realize who this is, you will also know how to help them. but there is something really magical going to be for there as well, for you as well. There is something so magical going to be for you in terms of clarity and guidance, which you are going to have through that as well. There is some kind of clarity and guidance that you are going to have from that particular person, especially when it comes to the specific obstacle that you are dealing with. Something is going to happen when you go to help to that person, and something is going to happen where you're going to realize, you're going to be told something really specific, and this is exactly what's going to be pointed out to you. Have to have a control over a certain obstacle. This is going to influence you in the best possible way, especially when it comes to like you releasing like a negative things, but also when it comes to you aligning your soul as well. And at this stage of your spiritual journey, this is going to be absolutely superb indeed. And also when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Gemini, you are going to do you know what? It's like a very strange situation at around the midweek. You are first of all going to have a very unusual sign, and very unusual sign that you are going to have. It's going to come from, it's to do with one person, one man, one particular person you are going to come across at around the midweek. You don't know who this person is, you're not friend with this person, but this person is just somehow going to enter your dimension, your spiritual bubble. This person is going to, with another words, going to cross your path. So all what you're going to notice about that person is this strong, powerful man. But there is also something going to be so unusual, the way this man is going to be dressed, something very unusual. And there is going to be something to do with the red color. There is also something going to be with the red color and something unusual around that person as well, something really unusual. It could even be an unusual animal or something like that, but something very unusual. It's going to be like right next to that particular person, and you're going to feel like you are maybe in some kind of different dimension. You're going to feel like, my God, this is just really weird, because you will be thinking about that person as someone who is like from another time. Now this will get your attention. Sorry. This will get your attention. It is not about that person. It is not who is this person, but it's about a time indication here that very soon after that moment in time, this is your indication. This is your good omen. This is your good sign. Okay, so you see this as a good omen, as a good sign, because shortly after that moment in time, something is gonna happen and it's gonna blow you away. Something is going to happen and it's going to surprise you. Something is going to happen and it's going to change your world. This is gonna be brilliant. And what is exactly going to happen? Well, on one hand, you're gonna realize that slowly but surely there is something like a really bad coming to an end, like something really bad, it's coming to an end. But also at the same time, it's not only about something bad coming to an end, something that was like pretty much so worrying you so much. It's not about something bad really coming to an end, but you will know that you are going to be rewarded for something as well. This is what's going to take over. You will know that you are going to be rewarded for something, and this is going to mean to you so much, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed, because you will feel like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I cannot believe this is happening. Most certainly, magic is still alive in my life. Absolutely brilliant. And also, what's going to happen later on after that moment in time, my goodness, it looks like people are really going to be playing a huge role in your life when it comes to this week. There are so many signs that you're actually going to have through people, okay? Because there is another man here. My gorgeous Gemini, how many men you have? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Stranger in the night, Gemini's in the morning. I'm just joking. There is another man here, not related to this one, I'm sorry. And this other man that you're gonna come across after that moment in time, it's going to this is a different man now, different person, but another person you're gonna come across after that moment in time. Listen, the reason why this is happening, because you are going to be fully, like completely intuitive. So after that moment in time, there is another man that you're gonna come across, but this man, it's gonna play a completely different role now, because this man is somebody, sorry, This man is somebody who is going to remind you of your childhood. For some reason, this other person here, I hope I'm not too confusing, okay? This other person that you are going to see, that you are going to come across, is going to remind you of your childhood. And it's going to remind you of certain things from a long time ago. And that in itself, it's not about you being reminded of a childhood. It's not about you being reminded of at the time in your life, like from a long time ago. But it's more about a very important step. It's actually going to be revealed, where you're going to realize, you're going to kind of reconnect with yourself, and somehow you're going to realize you're going to tap into this energy and vibration, and somehow you're going to realize what exactly there is something really specific that you're going to need to sacrifice here. This is going to be a willing sacrifice. This is going to be a good sacrifice, and this is going to lead towards your own victory later on. But it's going to happen much sooner and much earlier than you can possibly imagine. Okay, so you just have to follow your intuition, and that's exactly what you're going to be doing, because your own intuition is not going to lead you astray whatsoever, but it's going to be completely opposite. It's going to bring you towards the very, very sacred moment in your life. By the time you get to the last part of this week, oh my God, I'm not being funny, but you are going to have you're going to have a reason to celebrate here. How happy you are going to be. Literally going to have a reason to celebrate, my gorgeous Gemini, because you're gonna hear certain news, and you're gonna have a very powerful indication that there are certain events that you're gonna become aware of, that you are most certainly not gonna be you're not gonna be able to wait to attend these events. Whatever these events are, my gorgeous Gemini, it's like an integral part of your spiritual journey, but it's also so necessary for your development, spiritual and the professional development as well. So this in itself, it's gonna make you feel so happy, because you've been waiting for this, like, oh my God, for a really long time now, my gorgeous Gemini. You've been waiting for this for a really long time, and this is also kind of going to help you to let go of things that no longer serve you, which you are going to start seeing right now, as of this moment in time, in a completely different light, which is ever so important when it comes to us moving on with our life. Absolutely brilliant indeed. You are going to be very, very happy at the end of the week, and that in itself, I can tell you that you're going to find yourself on such a specific path towards your personal freedom, and that in itself, it's also like kind of going to lead towards a very interesting discovery you are going to have at the end of the week. You know, a very interesting discovery about yourself. It's to do with you, it's to do with yourself, and it's to do with the specific talent. I've seen this before, my gorgeous Gemini. It doesn't matter what's going in your life, what you are doing right now, but there is a certain talent. I'm not saying that you've been ignoring it, but maybe you should give more attention to the certain talent of yours. I'm not saying that you're not aware of it, what that is. I'm not saying that you haven't been giving it enough attention, but you just need to understand, no matter what's going on in your life, in fact, the more responsibilities and things you're dealing with, and the more you understand the importance of taking this talent on the next level, you know, the more difficulties you're having right now, the more you're actually going to get out of it, because the difficult energy, it's coming from you juggling lots of things and responsibilities, but at the same time, that difficult energy, this is all the energy, the actual energy we are talking about, that you can kind of change and manipulate and change around and make to kind of work in your favor. And the only way to use this amount of energy and make it to work into your favor is when you take it the most sacred part of yourself and take it on the next level. So what's the most sacred part of you? Where is your passion? Something that you're so passionate about, something that you're so talented about. And if you tell me that there is nothing that you're talented about, absolutely no way. Every single one of us is talented for something. Trust me. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.